Imagine this, today, billions of dollars cross borders without a single gunshot. No suitcases, no secret tunnels. The money's route often doesn't go through the bank lobby. It goes through the bank's back room. And here's what I'm going to tell you. This system isn't called the black market. It's a shadow network hiding inside the legal world. In this video, I'll show you the financial network that moves dirty money around the globe. But be careful, everything here works invisibly. Like someone is whispering to you, don't look for the door. There is no door. What is a network? Most people hear dirty money and picture the same scene. Cash, a bag, masked men. But real life is much quieter. The most dangerous form of dirty money isn't when someone carries it. The most dangerous form is when it moves, as numbers on a screen, and you mistake it for a normal transaction. So the question is, how do these numbers enter clean-looking paths? Answer, dirty money has its own financial infrastructure. It's a parallel artery inside the same body as the law, but pulsing with a different intention. The main problem of dirty money has one weakness. It leaves traces. Modern banking is built on traces. Who sent it? Who received it? Why was it sent? Which banks did it pass through? Which countries did it cross? So the goal of dirty money isn't to move the cash. The goal is to make it look traceless, to frame it as normal trade, services, loans, investment. And for that, three things are needed. Transit points, breaking the money into smaller pieces along the way. Cover, documents, and stories that hide the real reason. Connection to the legal system, so the money looks white in the end. Now pay attention. When these three combine, the money no longer looks like smuggling. It looks like normal money. The invisible highway, correspondent banking. Now we reach the most critical part. Not every bank can operate directly in every country. So banks connect through correspondent accounts. In simple terms, your bank uses a bigger bank's highway in another country to move money. Normally, this speeds up global trade. But for dirty money, it's an almost miraculous advantage, because the money doesn't leave one bank and go straight to the destination. It can pass through multiple banks. And the more stops it makes, oversight weakens, data gets fragmented, requests get delayed, different countries' rules collide, and gaps appear. Sometimes this highway works so smoothly that the movement looks legal, but the story behind it is completely false. And here's the secret. The problem isn't that banking exists. The problem is that banking is enormous. In a huge system, small gaps always remain, and dirty money slips through those gaps, like a needle. A bankless bank, hawala, and trust networks. The second major route exists outside banks. In some regions, money transfers have long relied on a pre-banking model, trust networks. Here, money may not physically cross the border at all. One person hands cash in one city. Another person pays out the same amount in another city. The settlement happens later. Through different methods, there are legal uses for this too, like migrants sending support to their families. But because it's harder to monitor, criminal networks are drawn to it. The core idea is this: not the money, the debt moves. And a debt trail can be harder to trace than a bank transfer. It feels like the money vanishes, but in reality, it changes form. The quietest weapon, fake trade and invoice games. Now let me tell you, dirty money's favorite mask, trade. Because trade documents are always open to interpretation. Prices fluctuate with the market. Shipping costs change. Quality varies. Contracts are packed with details. Result? The money's movement can look like a purchase of goods. And when you see it, your brain says, normal business. The point is this. When money looks like a business transaction instead of a transfer, suspicion drops. The most frightening detail: sometimes you don't need a criminal bank to hide inside the system. Entities that look like ordinary companies are enough. And when you see that company name, you feel nothing. Shadow theater, corporate layers, and the real owner problem. Dirty money networks love one thing: companies. Because a company can change its name, change directors, change addresses, open branches, sign contracts with other companies, And the most critical question appears: who is the real owner? In some places, the true beneficial owner can be hidden. That's the perfect mask for dirty money. On paper, you're dealing with a company, but behind it, someone else is standing. That's why many countries are trying to increase transparency around beneficial ownership. But the system is global. One country closes a door, another leaves a window open. What did the big leaks show us? The world has seen it more than once. When financial secrets spill out, what appears? Leaked documents, offshore structures, famous names, shadow companies, labyrinths hidden behind tax optimization. The message isn't only who is guilty. The deeper message is this: the financial system is built in a way that makes hiding technically possible. And now you hear the most disturbing sentence: if the system exists, someone using it is inevitable. Why can't governments shut it all down? With all these laws and rules, why does it still work? Because of 3 reasons. Global differences. Not every country has the same rules. When money crosses multiple jurisdictions, gaps appear. Scale. Trillions move every day. You can't manually examine everything. Legal and illegal overlap. The same tools can be used for normal business and for crime. If you ban everything, trade collapses. So the fight usually looks like this: risk indicators, suspicious activity reports, bank compliance systems, international cooperation, sanctions and watch lists. But remember, this doesn't end with one button. It's a system fighting a system. The real impact of the invisible network: dirty money isn't just a story about who got rich. This money grows corruption, strengthens criminal networks, can fund violence, poisons the legitimate economy, destroys countries' reputations. And the most dangerous part is this: it often happens quietly, on paper, in a form that looks legal. No noise, but the consequences are real.